What's up, fam?
What's up, fam?
How are you? Steve and Gina, episode number 43. Yep, 43, Car Chronicles. We are here, no guests today. Just the two of us, just us. Busy weekend last weekend. I can't even remember what we've done. We got to start going back to writing down our stuff so that we could bring it to you. But we were having a conversation.
You went to a conference?
Oh, yes.
Right.
We left Friday because I had a conference in White Plains on Saturday. So Steve came up with me. Listen, this is how we make it interesting. Date night. Oh! Damn! We lost the camera. Sorry, now I gotta hold it. Anyway, as I was saying, this is how we keep it interesting. Not this part. He came with me up Friday night. We had dinner, stayed in a hotel. It was so really, really sweet. And then I went to my conference on Saturday, left a little early because we had another event in Brooklyn on Saturday evening. And so that was a lot of fun. We celebrated one of Steve's family members that we were happy to see after a while. So it was all good stuff, right?
Yep.
And then Sunday pretty much just hung out at home. Not much going on. But we wanted to talk about today. So him and I were having a conversation. Steve and I were having a conversation about, I was telling him how I normally leave money on the counter for Gavin. And so last week or Sunday, whatever, was no different. And I had a $20 bill on the counter, but it wasn't for him. I just had my pocketbook, which I keep on the counter, as well as the money sitting on the counter. So Gavin said to me, is this money for me? So I said, it could be, if you need it, you can have it. So I said to Steve, the funny thing was, I don't know that I would have necessarily asked my mother. Maybe for the 20 I would have. But like if it was 5 or 10, I would have just assumed it was ours. And I was like, damn, we used to steal money from my parents all the time. But steal in like the loose sense. We weren't thieves, So we got to talking about that. And what happened? You were telling me something about you and your father.
Yeah, so I was telling Gina, because she asked me, have I ever stole from my parents? So I was telling her that it was a time when I was in public school, or grade school, and my father had all this change. He had this dresser drawer that had all this change and money in it.
I mean, whose parents didn't?
Right, and I had this little clubhouse. We all had to contribute something, whether it was penny fish, dollar cookies, or whatever. And I went into my father's drawer and grabbed the change and a few dollars and thought he wouldn't miss it. And I came home that evening and my father was tight. He was tight with me. I mean, you would have swore I robbed like Chemical Bank or something.
You really showing your age. Chemical Bank, y'all.
That's what we had at that time, And he made me feel so bad that I would never, ever steal from my parents again.
Now, did you get an allowance?
Yeah, we did get an allowance.
Yeah.
And I guess that was probably another reason why he was so upset.
I'm sure.
My father would give us, I don't know, somewhere maybe $20 per pay period. Back then, he got paid every 2 weeks, $20, $30.
Right.
And, we used to come up to the job to collect our coins.
Right.
But, yeah, he was pretty fair with that and pretty consistent with giving us allowance.
We got an allowance. I remember from the day that I started school, from first grade through high school, it started off at $1 a day. And by the time I was in high school, I would get $7 a day.
Right.
So 7 times 5 is about 35. Plus, if I wanted to take lunch to school, my parents made sure that there was food in the house. So you had the $7 plus if you wanted lunch.
Y'all was living large.
We were living large. But my mother wasn't in agreement with the $7. That was all my father, because he grew up getting a daily amount from his parents. And I remember we used to get less. And I remember when my brother and I sat down and we decided we needed more. So that's how we got the $7. We pitched a plan to my father and was like, listen, we need more money. The $7, whatever it was, maybe let's go with 5. We were like, the 5, we need a little bit more money. And that's how I got that from literally till I left for high school. I left high school.
Right.
So I was getting $7 a day. But anyway, back to the stealing of the money. Tell me, was I the only one? I mean, when we went to the store, my mother could have gave me a $20 to get a loaf of bread. You was not getting that change back. Like, am I wrong?
Right,
like,
right.
did you, like, am I wrong?
You're not getting no change.
You're not getting no change back. You sending me to the store? And I noticed that with Gavin now, I'll say to him, where is my change? And he's like, yeah, there was no change. There was no change. So I can't be the only one.
Straight extortion.
Straight extortion, fam. So anyway, let us know. These are just topics that, we talk about as we've gotten older and we're not, what's the word? Our priorities are different. These are things we talk about. Like, these are things that we still are getting to know each other after 6 years. So anyway, you got anything else you want to add? All right, fam, you know how to reach us. Instagram, myBKlife, YouTube. I put up a lot of stories on Instagram, so check us out there. Hoping to have some more guests because folks really like when we have guests on. We enjoy it too. So we'll look for that in the future. YouTube for sure. I put up the Car Chronicles with some editing and some music on YouTube. So make sure you check us out there. And that's it, right? All right, fam. Steve and Gina, Car Chronicles. Later.